Hey folks, Dominic Saturday here, www.saturdayhitting.com. I know it's still pretty cold in Northeast Ohio. My dad's got quite a few hitters coming over and working out in the cage. If you want to get over and start taking some swings, go ahead and take a look at the About Us page. Our contact info's in there. Go ahead and give him a call, text, shoot him an email. I think he'd be more than happy to get you in there and working out, take some swings. Today I really want to talk about using the front view as a tool. Usually we always see the analysis going on from the side view, and we usually do a lot of the side view too. But every once in a while it's interesting to take a look at the view from the pitcher or center field, because you can really see a lot about the swing. Mainly what we can see a lot of is how well the batter puts the bat into plane, and how they're on plane with the pitch, and the amount of rotation that's occurring in the swing. So here I have two hitters, both of which are extremely talented young hitters. They are doing an excellent job, made tremendous progress, and I'm really excited for the future that these guys got. On the left and on the right, you're going to see some things that are happening almost like a mirror image. And first, we'll talk about this initiation of the swing. So the ball is about halfway to the plate right here, and again right over here, the ball's about halfway to the plate. And we want to make sure we have our foot starting to come down when the ball gets halfway to the plate. So if I'm going to scrub through a few more frames, right about here, he still doesn't have the heel down, but he's about to heel plant. And you're going to see what happens in the initiation of his swing. So he's standing here, he's got his hips cocked, same over on this side, the hips are cocked backwards. And then as the ball starts to come forward, you're going to see that the bat really starts to move into the plane of the pitch. And that's so important. That's a crucial step in the swing. You're going to see right here, everything's happening in sequence, and we're staying connected with the body. The hips are starting to open, and you're going to see that bat is starting to slot into the plane. Same over here. That back elbow comes down real close to the hips, connected to the back hip, and we peel off on that front side. We create some separation between the arm and the torso, and you're really going to see what happens right here in these next couple of frames with the rotation. Okay, both hitters extremely well at getting on plane with the pitch, and being on plane is very important. Now if I freeze the video right here just shortly before contact for both of them, you can see that they are almost identical. Very tiny differences. The hips, the main thing is the hips are transferring into the swing. All the power and energy of the body is going into it. And you're going to see that the shoulders, the tilt of the shoulders dictate the plane of the bat. So the amount of tilt in the shoulders determines how we can hit a higher pitch or a lower pitch. For both of these hitters, on the left, the pitch is a little bit lower than on the right, but they use their shoulders to compensate for the plane of the pitch. And you're going to notice that the follow-through, we really like to, we talk about the high finish on the follow-through, and you're going to notice that usually what happens after the hitter makes contact is very meaningless as far as the swing goes. Right from this point forward, the ball's long gone off the bat. Her bat hasn't even, right here it's pointing at the pitcher, and the ball is already quite a ways off. And again, right here he's pointing at the pitcher, and the ball is really already quite a ways off the bat. And people always will want to talk to me about how can we sort of look at the extension that guy can get, look at the extension that she can get. Really, the extension, we always see these great posters of major league hitters after they've made contact with the ball. And everybody goes, oh, well, look at the extension. That's great, the extension. It really doesn't have a lot to do with the amount of power that we can put into the ball, and it doesn't help the ball go any farther. So as soon as I make contact, and then if I really try to extend through the ball, it's not doing anything as far as how far the ball goes. Everything from initiation up to contact matters. That's the amount of power that we put into the ball by rotating around it. So you're going to see that right here. Both of the hitters, all right, from this point forward, they let the ball get extremely far into the hitting zone before they make contact. And that is always the sign of a great hitter. Great hitters have the ability to wait longer than any of the other hitters in their league. So you're going to notice on the left, the swing's a little more shallow, but that's a good thing. Softball player is going to need to be just a little bit more level with the ball. And you're going to notice on the right, the swing is not as shallow, but a little more upward, which is good. He's a baseball player, and the pitch comes down at a slightly steeper angle. But you're going to notice that from this point forward, it's 2 frames that they get to contact within 2 frames that they get to contact to. So from here to here, and from here to here. So 2 frames. And according to my ticker on the bottom of the screen, on the right he's at 43.30 seconds right now. And now he's at 43.36 seconds right now. So, and on the left, we're at 13.36, and then 13.42. So that gives you an idea of how fast the bat is moving through the zone. It's 2 frames on the camera. Very, very tiny amount of time, fraction of a second, and that's important. The hips are rotating into the swing, and that's the most important piece of advice we always like to give to the students when they're in the cage. Everything that we can do as far as hitting this ball for as much power as we can comes from the hips. And you notice both of them do an extremely good job of putting their hips into the swing and getting to contact with their hips facing the pitcher. So we got the separation between the front arm and the torso. The back arm is connected to the hip, I like to say. It stays real close to our body, palm up, palm down at contact. And both of them with their head on the ball, doing an extremely good job of hitting this ball with some power and consistency. You'll notice that even if this ball had been a little bit further back in the zone, the bat was still there to catch it. So even if the pitch was a little bit further outside, she would have made contact with it just a little later in the zone, and still would have been able to hit it in the center. You notice the same thing over here. He gets the bat behind this ball, and sweeps up from behind it on that plane so well. You'll notice that even if the ball were back here, he was still going to be able to hit it to right field for power, but we're moving up a frame, and he makes contact right over the center of the plate on the fat part of the bat. That's important. He gets it right on the sweet spot of the bat, and he's able to, you can see the trajectory that this ball takes off on. I mean, if this is a hard ball and he's outside on a baseball field, that ball is probably long gone. Excellent job of getting up off that back foot, transferring a maximum amount of power into the swing. Same thing over here, up off that back foot. We'll notice that getting up off that back foot is a result, not a cue. Usually coaches will like to shout out that squish the bug, give a sense of false rotation. That doesn't really happen. That back foot coming up off the ground, a result of a good swing, a powerful swing, a result of that back hip turning through the zone. And from the front view, from the pitcher, the center fielder here, we can really see that these swings are both pretty much spot on. These are high-level baseball and softball swings, and both of the hitters do an extremely good job of letting the ball get all the way into the zone and hitting where they can hit with maximum power and consistency. You'll see this ball is a line drive right back up at the pitcher, and the finish is right there. And same thing over here. This ball, high towering drive, and the finish, like I said, nothing after contact really even matters. I like the high finish, and that right there is what I see as a high-level swing. Not that swing where we swing from point A to point B or down towards the ball. You just can't hit for much power and consistency like that. And I'll tell you what, these kids got a bright future ahead of them when it comes to hitting a moving ball with a round bat. One of the most difficult things to do in sport. So again, Shoulders, they dictate the plane of the pitch, the angle of the bat. That swing initiation happens pretty late in the swing right here, that last part of the swing, and we work on that so much off the tees, in soft toss. That's the main goal, really, is to build the swing from this point to this point. And you can see both of these hitters have done an excellent job of building the swing from this point to this point, and that is what allows them to have the maximum success, hit the ball for power and consistency. Slightly shallow on the left, a little slightly steeper on the right, the differences between the baseball and softball swing. The shoulders are tilting with the bat, all about the rotation, letting the ball get deep into the hitting zone and initiating the swing, not too early and grounding out. So SaturdayHitting.com, go ahead and visit the About Us page. Take a look at the proof section, which you're under right now. We got some other videos of a few of the other hitters, giving some explanations on the swing path, etc. And give my dad a call if you want to get in the cage and start working out. You can shoot him a text, an email. His number's on there. Go ahead and give him a call. Until then, I'm Dominic Saturday, www.SaturdayHitting.com.